As someone who bicycles myself, I am thrilled about the organization. I will definitely respond to the questionnaire. I think we could be doing so much better. Oakland is the best positioned city in the country to harness bicycling and pedestrian access, and we can do it. And I'm not just going to say, yes, we can. I'm going to say how I can. The Metropolitan Transportation Commission has grants for this kind of work, and Oakland hasn't gone after them, and I know how to do that. ABAG has grants for this kind of work. The California Air Resources Board has grants for this kind of work. Oakland could be pursuing it. The state of California has a fund called Safe Routes to Schools that gives money to build bike lanes and pedestrian safety projects that are to help kids access schools. But schools are everywhere, so that also needs to get woven into the plan. And we need to understand that it is a crucial part of how we stop global warming. There's now money out there for projects to stop global warming. We can apply for this project for that funding. Lastly, let me say that other cities throughout our region have transportation commissions or transportation committees that coordinate between bike planning, ped planning, transit planning, and parking planning. Oakland doesn't. Oakland doesn't do transportation planning. I know what transportation planning is. I will make sure we hire the people, and I will go after the regional money so that we can do that.
The election is June 3rd. I'll be an expert on everything on June 4th. I want to admit that I'm not an expert on every subject under the sun. We've heard a lot of good ideas about this particular question, and I'm not going to waste your time just spinning words for me and
I'd like to make a correction. We already go after those plans, and those funds. About 2001, the walking plan was brought out to the NCPCs all over the country. And it still hasn't been implemented. But the funds are there. The MTC, East Oakland, Central City East Redevelopment Agency, we're getting funds from the MTC right now to do streetscapes. And all the streetscapes have walking situations involved. The other thing is, you can get money to get this done. You can get the funds to hire the planners from the redevelopment agencies. Central City East has $85 million waiting to be used. And it can't be used now because we're trying to bring retail to the Central City East, and no retail is coming because of the crime in the neighborhoods. So all these things about we're going to give people breaks on tax, I'd be willing to give them no tax at all if they came to East Oakland and go to West Oakland. And those are the places where we need people. Anybody will go to Grand Avenue. And anybody will go to Broadway. They're fighting to get there, but they don't want to go to the places where we need them. When you're a councilman at large, you got to look out for the whole city. And that's what I'll do. The whole city.
Well, just to piggyback on what Rebecca was saying. Excuse me. I was on the AC Transit Board for 6 years in the 90s. This was when the first bike plan was put up. The biggest problem was simply this. The city didn't coordinate with anybody but the city. They didn't even bother to ask us if we had bike racks on our buses. They didn't even bother to bring us into the conversation so that we could coordinate with them. As a result, absolutely money from MTC, from the Clean Air Boards, from all the regional boards, funding agencies that would have been available to the city of Oakland 10 years ago were not available because the city never included anyone else in their planning. And I fear that this is why you don't have a transportation planner now, because there is no coordination between AC Transit and the other agencies who have an interest in this. It can be implemented, but it will require a city council person who understands that public transportation means more than bond. And it will require someone who can make sure that this is coordinated to get the funding to pay for it.